Good afternoon. It's good to see each one of you here today. This is one of my favorite times of year. Everybody's vehicle's the same color, pollen green. Ms. Meekers, would you call roll for us?
Mr. Como.
Here.
Ms. May. Here. Mr. Beatty.
Here.
Mr. Hicks.
Here.
Mr. McCoy.
Here.
Mr. Graves.
Here.
Mr. Manley.
Here.
Today we have Richwood High School ROTC under the direction of Sergeant First Class Raymond Ross presenting the colors. The pledge will be led by Mr. Hicks and prayer by Ms. May. If you'd like to join us, please stand.
Salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray. Dear Lord, I thank you for the blessings of this day, and Lord, that we've been able to come together as a board to make decisions that affect our school system, Lord, our students in particular, Lord. We just thank you that you have given us this opportunity. Pray right now, Lord, as we go into this meeting, Lord, that everything will be done according to your will, and that everything that is said and done will be to glorify you. In the sweet name of Jesus we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Board, I need a motion to approve the February 10th, 2026 minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. And also I need a motion to approve today's agenda.
I also move that we approve the agenda for today.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Personnel report, Mr. Gass.
Thank you, Mr. Como. As most of you know, we announced last month, Ms. Katie Wheeler, our Director of Elementary Schools, will be retiring in July. And Mr. Thompson has been working to fill that and held those interviews last week. And I am pleased to formally announce our new Director of Elementary Schools effective July, Ms. Jane Biggs. Jane, will you stand up? Also, as you know, at our last meeting, the board approved the consolidation and combination of our 3 South Monroe elementary schools as we prepare to build the new elementary school in the Richwood area. And because of that, we've had to start doing some staff changes to prepare for that. So today I'd like to introduce a position that we're going to have an interim Title I supervisor, and that would be Miss Angela Spivey. I think Angela's right over there. Of course, Angela's been the principal at Robinson, but she's also been a student, teacher, assistant principal at all 3 of those schools, and just certainly entrenched in that community. We appreciate the work she's doing. Along those lines, 2 of our principals in that area, Dr. Dana Jenkins, who's currently the principal at Swayze, will be transferring over to Shady Grove as the principal of that school beginning next year. That will be the lower elementary. And Ms. Janitra Underwood, the current principal of Shady Grove, will be transitioning to Robinson, which will become the upper elementary next year. So those are all announcements that we have made and identified and made to those faculties as well. So at this time, board, just want to let you know, because of these appointments and changes, we are going to open up a couple principalships. Mr. Thompson will start on that. Ms. Marty Bumgard is the principal at Sterlington Middle. She is retiring, so we were going to open that spot beginning this afternoon. And to replace Ms. Biggs as the principal at Woodlawn Elementary will be opening that as well. So congratulations to all of you. Thanks.
Business item number 1, special recognitions. Miss Eileen Smead.
Thank you, Mr. Como. We have 2 student support services employees with us here today who were chosen by their peers to represent our district in the 2026 Louisiana School Health Service Provider of the Year Awards Program. Their director, Mrs. Westerberg, who is in the audience, she describes them both as having a passion for equal opportunity and hearts for serving our students with special needs. Let's meet our just announced state finalists for Louisiana School Health Service Providers of the Year. We'll start with physical therapist Abby Como Russell. Abby has served children of our parish in both outpatient and school-based settings. Her passion for promoting student independence in all aspects of the school setting is, in her words, one of the most meaningful facets of her role. She advocates for students receiving special education services to be included with their typical peers in all settings, events, and functions possible. In her 4 years with our district, Abby has coordinated the purchase and installation of inclusive playground equipment for all 22 elementary schools and is currently collaborating on a project to address barriers that put students with complex physical and medical needs at risk, particularly during emergency evacuations in multi-level school buildings. Abby also works with families to navigate funding systems, connecting them with medical equipment suppliers, and facilitating communication between providers, insurers, and schools. Her concerns for the students she serves does not end when the bell rings at the close of the school day. Congratulations, Abby. Our next honoree is occupational therapist Mary Margaret Hildebrand. Mary Margaret has provided services to children in our parish in both the outpatient clinic and school-based therapy settings for 10 years. While physical therapy projects are typically easily recognized because they tend to be on a larger scale, the accomplishments of occupational therapists are equally vital in the development and long-term functional abilities of our students. As a former pediatric coursework college instructor, Mary Margaret has a deep understanding of child development, evidence-based practice, and interdisciplinary collaboration to benefit the whole child. She works closely with our administrators, families, teachers, and support staff, providing strategies, classroom modifications, and sensory and motor supports to ensure students reach their fullest potential. Collaborating with other OTs, she has contributed significantly to the implementation of sensory rooms in our schools, promoting positive changes in sensory-seeking behaviors, and has trained school staff on the purpose and effective use of these supports. Congratulations, Mary Margaret. So as state finalists, one of them could potentially this summer be announced as the Louisiana Health Provider of the Year. So we're really excited to watch that take place. That's all I have for recognitions.
All right. Moving on to item 2, presentation of the Building Bridges grants. Miss Eileen Smith.
Yes, I'd like to invite the West Monroe West Ouachita Chamber representatives and Jamie Brooks to come up to the front.
Yes, ma'am. I just do what you tell me to.
If y'all can shift that way, that'd be great. Okay, Okay, so we are presenting Building Bridges grants. I'll tell you a little bit about those. The West Monroe West Ouachita Chamber of Commerce Adopt-a-School Program Building Bridges grants provide up to $500 awards to classroom teachers for projects which enhance learning and intellectually engage students while providing evidenced outcomes of success and learning enrichment. With support from Pattern Energy, Southern Spirit Transmission, and a private donor, this year the program offered grants to 4 elementary, 2 middle school, and 2 high school teachers through an application process. Additionally, funds made it possible to award bonus grants, so we're excited today to award 11 grants totaling more than $4,600 to our teachers. We're going to begin with Lindsay Spillers from Central Elementary. I'll tell you a little bit about each teacher's project. So Ms. Spiller's project, Hear Us Learn, promoting oral reading and classroom discussions, will provide a fun, low-pressure way to engage all learners, build confidence, and improve essential speaking and listening skills. Congratulations. I'm going to have the honorees come over. Yeah, either way. What Miss Jamie says. We were going in opposite directions, so. Our next honoree is Misty Holyfield, and I believe Misty couldn't be here today because she is over the book fair. But is her principal here, assistant principal? We'll just have her. Come on up, Miss Allen. Misty's project, Swing Into Reading, Outdoor Literacy Hammocks, will support reading engagement, literacy, and student well-being by incorporating hammocks into the outdoor reading area for calm spaces. Pretty awesome. Excuse me, next we'll have Lindsay Reynolds from Robinson Elementary. Ms. Reynolds' project, Rock Solid Learning, will enhance students' identification of rocks and minerals by allowing them to actually test the properties of minerals and metals for themselves so that scratch, hardness, and reflectivity aren't just words they hear, but things they see and touch for themselves. Ms. Devon Matza from Shady Grove Elementary. Ms. Mazza's project, the Ouachita River, Bridging the Past to the Present, will determine the past environment of Desert Rocks National Park and apply that knowledge gained to determine the past environment of Ouachita Parish in real-life application. Congratulations. Crystal McBride, Calhoun Middle School. Ms. McBride's school entrance flower bed project will allow her elective horticulture class students to enrich the soil and plant spring annuals while learning soil types and quality, plant selection, and landscaping techniques. Congratulations. Kristen Lewis, Riser Middle School. Ms. Lewis's project aims to improve conceptual understanding and garner more positive attitudes toward math by providing engaging, hands-on instructional resources to strengthen student understanding of core math concepts through interactive learning. Congratulations. Virginia Kuntz, Westridge Middle School. Ms. Kuntz's project, Building Bridges to the Deep, a sea perch exploration, introduces students to the world of underwater robotics where they can step into the roles of marine engineers as they design, build, and deploy their own remotely operated underwater vehicles. Congratulations.
How you doing, baby?
I think we had some good news out of that program yesterday, so that was awesome. Miss Lisa Sims, Woodlawn Junior High School. Ms. Sims' project, Exploring the 7 Continents, provides current relevant books in the library for a 7-part series where social studies students learn about each of the 7 continents, including location, countries, flags, languages, culture, and even food. Congratulations. Shelby Augustine, Ouachita Parish High School. Ms. Augustine's project, Building Healthy Habits Through Active Play in Safe Spaces, aims to enhance the physical education program at Ouachita Parish High with new equipment for activities and safety. Congratulations. Allison Lovelady, West Monroe High School. Ms. Lovelady's project, Precision Engineering with Polycarbonate, provides raw materials in the robotics classroom so that every student can transition their digital designs to physical reality in manufacturing critical robot subsystems and game field elements. Congratulations. And last but not least, we have Lieutenant Colonel Mark Hart, West Monroe High School. Lieutenant Colonel Hart's model rocket design and shoot-off project will provide special kits for students to build and launch at least 6 different model rockets to learn and demonstrate the various concepts of aerodynamics, launch conditions, angles, and windage while using an altitude tracker and applying trigonometry to determine apogee. I just want to say those words because congratulations. These are our Building Bridges grant winners. Chris, put this side up just a little. There you go. We were slanted. We appreciate the chamber and our sponsors for implementing this project every year, and it really is benefiting the classroom teachers. Thank you. That concludes our presentation.
Thank you.
No, the rest of us could talk.
Shipped it right, then. Moving on to item number 3, consideration approval of the agreement to convey property. And Mr. Beatty?
All right, thank you, Mr. Tommy. Land swap, we want to do a land swap, some land we have on Winfield Road for some land that is behind Woodlawn area, and I want to let Tommy Hayes talk a little bit about that, give more specifics on that.
Sure, thank you, Mr. Beatty. So it's a in-kind trade. The acreage that we're giving up, it's 400, sorry, it is, in return for our 408 acres, which is part of our 1/16th section that's north of Shinny Lake, we're receiving, it's 2 different sections. It's 160 acres that's situated just north of Woodlawn Elementary, and then there's an additional 14.5 acres that's been developed for actually residential purposes that's to the west of Woodlawn Elementary. The total value of the 14.5 acres and the 160 acres is equal fair market value to the 406 acres that we're giving up north of the lake. We don't have any use of the 1/16th land that was kind of in an isolated area, and this allows us for potential expansion within the area of Woodlawn Elementary. We looked at it very carefully, and we think it's a very good deal for the school and for the school district.
Thank you, Tommy. I feel real good about this. I think our Woodlawn people feel good about it, and it's just a win-win for everybody. And we've already cleared the land, the trees off of that Winfield area, so that was already a win for our kids. So I want to make a motion that we move forward with this agreement to swap this land.
Second.
And just to clarify, this is only the agreement to convey the land. This is not the actual conveyance. It does allow us, in the event that after everything is checked, we have an out if there's not something there. So this is agreeing to go forward with it, provided everything works out as planned.
That's correct.
Did we have any comment cards?
No comment card today, Mr. Como.
Thank you. All right, we have a motion to proceed with this land swap and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes. Have a question?
You know, I did have a question.
Go ahead.
I guess this is sort of, for me, I don't really understand it all. So you say this is just a conveyance?
What's on the agenda today is the agreement to enter into the conveyance. It's not the active conveyance itself. So that will be a separate document that, once everything is confirmed, that they have the correct title to this land, that they have the ability to convey this land to us, that we're able to go forward with it. So it's allowing us, it's basically a memorandum of understanding is what this is functioning as, allowing us to go forward with this, with the plan to finalize it and record the conveyance once everything, all the title work is checked.
Are we dealing with one property owner?
It is one property owner, but it's titled in the name of, there's some curative work that has to be done, which is why we're not going forward with it right now. So provided all the curative work that can be done that allows for clean title to be conveyed, then we'll move forward with it.
Did we reach out to them or they reached out to us?
They reached out to us, and it was a good thing for them to reach out to us. Everything is a win-win on both sides. I feel real good about it for our side.
What's the win for us?
The win for us is we get that land all around Woodlawn.
We
So it-
control the land around
We
the
control the
school.
land around Woodlawn. Doesn't have to be developed. There's a narrow road, one way in and one way out, right there, and it's already congested.
The reason I was asking is because I didn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I want to, before I vote for or against something, I want
Right.
to make sure I understand what I'm voting for. And
You just basically voting for us to get more land around Woodlawn, so that if we need to expand one, at some point when I'm dead and gone, or whatever, we have that land to do so.
That 640 acres is landlocked. We got a strip about 15 foot wide to get to it. It's no use to us. You can't get to it.
When we've
We
already
can't-
cleared
we done cleared
the
it.
trees.
We can't build on it, we can't do nothing because it's landlocked.
that's fine, but I just want to make sure I know what. I don't
Feel
wanna-
better about it
I don't
now,
want to take
knowing?
myself for granted.
Do you feel better about it, about knowing, did I explain it?
Yeah, now that I know a little bit more,
Me and you can go out there and you'll start smiling, you go, this is a good thing. We'll do that one day, okay?
okay.
I promise.
And you'll buy lunch too?
I will. We'll take Dabo, that way we both get lunch, Paul.
He never lets anybody else pay for him.
By a vote.
Okay.
Any other questions? Have a motion and a second to proceed. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Motion carried. Thank you, Mike.
Yes, sir.
Finance Committee meeting, Mr. Jason Thompson.
Good morning, Board. Y'all let me know when that lunch date is. I'll clear my calendar out. Finance Committee met on Thursday, February 19th at the Ouachita Parish School Board. The agenda for the meeting should be attached, as well as the approved minutes from the August 21st, 25 Finance Committee meeting. In that Finance Committee meeting, there were two items on the agenda that day. The first item that was discussed was brought up by me. I asked the committee to consider a substitute pay increase for both teachers and support personnel. This has been a need, really, that I mentioned that day that's probably been several years in the making. Once I did some research on this, I found that, let me back up a little bit. We've lost subs in our district to leave and go to surrounding districts, really for several years now. It really kind of came to a head this year. I started to do some research on the why, and I think, or I know after research, that many of them were leaving, going to surrounding districts because they were paying, quite frankly, more than what we were. So that was discussed that day. I recommended a 20% increase across the board there for those subs, and after much conversation, we agreed that that would like to be a recommendation we would make to you, the board, beginning next school year. Okay? That was item number one. Number two, we discussed a differential pay. I think Ms. Meekus will be coming up following my presentation here to talk or to ask for your approval on that or consideration to approve. There's some money that was given by the Department of Education to our district, and our job was to define how we were going to disperse those funds. The state only gave us four, what's the word I'm looking for?
Options.
Four options in order to give this money or distribute this money to our employees. This was the same process that we had to go through last year, and we had some issues with that, quite frankly, on who did and did not get that. So this year, we wanted to make sure that we had a very clear, defined definition on how we were going to distribute this money and to whom received it. And so from that point to now, I know Ms. Meekus has had lots of conversation with not only our district instructional team, but principals throughout the district. And so she has compiled a very clear definition that we will use moving forward when it comes time to disperse that money. So lots of discussion took place that day. Since then, she's had that discussion, and I know she'll be coming up here following me to ask you to, I guess, to share that definition with you and then ask for your approval. Okay? Any questions for me? Yes, sir.
Yeah, back to the substitute teacher pay.
Right.
Even with the 20% increase, that still does not put us at the top, does it?
It does, in some cases, I'll say this, in all cases, it makes us very competitive. But to your question, does it put us on the top? No, sir, it doesn't.
And Reverend McCoy, we're not asking for approval of that today. That'll probably be coming at the next month. But that was discussed. But you do make a good point. It would not put us at the top, but would make us competitive. More so than we are now.
And to put us just level with someone else, how much more would it cost the district?
Yeah, I don't have that answer. I mean, we could do some research and look into that, but I don't have that answer right now.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Jason.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Item 5, consider resolution of differentiation pay distribution fiscal year 25-26. Ms. Meekus.
Good afternoon, Board. You have in your packet a resolution to provide a one-time salary supplement to the employees of Ouachita Parish School Board for the fiscal year 25-26. This is the differentiated pay that the Finance Committee considered and recommended. We have, as Mr. Thompson said, and I'll try not to duplicate it too much, but just to be very thorough, there are 4 options that we were given to be able to distribute this money. We could choose any or all of the 4. And what we are recommending is to choose all of the 4. It would be 1 share for any employee who met 1 or more of these criteria. So no employee would get any more than another. This is for classroom teachers only, so it's not for administrators or any other type of support employees, classroom teachers only, and that is teachers of record. So I know that question comes up frequently for people who may pull students out for a class period, but if they're not the teacher of record, they're not a classroom teacher. And that's strictly going by the state's definitions of what is allowable for this distribution. So there are 4 criteria: highly effective classroom teachers in critical shortage areas as determined by the Board of Elementary and Secondary Education, and that is secondary math, secondary science, and special education. Classroom teachers working in high-needs schools as defined with those economically disadvantaged rate of 85% or higher. We have roughly 7 or 8 of those schools that would qualify. And that is 85% or above, not rounded to 85% or above. It's a strict 85% or above. Classroom teachers in teacher leadership positions. So this is the 3rd year that we have had differentiated pay. The first year, We went to the State Department and asked, we had a special project that we wanted to do. We did it through the instructional team, and it was for, we called them ABC committees. Basically, committees that were put together all over the district to meet needs that we had. One of the examples of those was how to get elementary teachers planning periods. I mean, that was a project that had to be figured out. How do we get planning periods worked into the day for all of the elementary teachers? So that was an example of what the ABC committees did, and that was under the teacher leadership authority. We did get special permission for that. Last year, we looked at it and said, okay, what is the largest group of teachers that we have that meet this criteria? And it was the highly effective teachers. So we distributed this only to highly effective teachers, and that's about 40 to 45% of our teachers. Needless to say, a lot of teachers were left out of that merit pay, and so this year, given the issues that resulted from that, we wanted to try to do a little better. So that's where we came to the table and said, how can we meet all or consider all 4 of these criteria? So one of the biggest issues was coming up with the definition of a teacher leader, because it has to be objective. It cannot be subjective. It can't be something that this principal says they meet and this principal says they don't. We need to be consistent through all schools. So the criteria has to be something that can be consistently determined, even though the principal is different at each school. So if you turn over to the back of your sheet, number 4 at the top, classroom teachers and teacher leadership positions will be defined as one who not only teaches students within the classroom, but also take on additional roles and responsibilities within the school with the goal of improving the school's performance. Such roles and responsibilities specifically include mentor teachers, PLC leaders and facilitators, instructional leadership team members, that's the ILT team members, department chair, club and extracurricular activity sponsor who do not receive supplements. So a lot of our schools have club sponsors that do not receive supplements for doing those activities. They just do it to provide for the activities for the kids with no supplement attached. So they will be considered a teacher leader. Literacy team leaders, 504 coordinators, content leaders. This is if they have completed the required coursework from LDOE and have it added to their certificate. Test coordinators, if they're a classroom teacher, which should be very rare that we would have a test coordinator that is a classroom teacher, but we wanted to include it in case, because there is no supplement that goes with that, and the SBLC chairperson. So met with the finance committee. All of these ideas came from them, and I just put it into one document, reviewed it with Mr. Pate, with the superintendent, and we kind of narrowed it down to items that could be definitively determined, not subjective.
And you also had discussions with principals. I think that's
Yes.
important.
Yeah.
So they had a lot of input in this to come up with as clear a definition as we could for teacher leader, because the state really did not give us any guidance on that. They gave us guidance on the other 3 areas, but not on that.
This will be shared with all the teachers too, I'm assuming, right, posted on our website?
Yes, sir. So the amount of this stipend has not been determined. It will be calculated based on the amount of money that we're given, divided by how many teachers that qualify. So once I'm able to gather all of the documentation, so at the district level, we can determine the first 3 categories. I mean, that's just very cut and dry. Classroom teachers and teacher leadership positions, I will send that criteria out to the principals, and they will tell me who those teachers are. Once we get everyone plugged in, we will have an amount. So the amount that we are allocated by the state, was around $204 per teacher. So I'm estimating the amount's going to be above that, but, so somewhere in that area.
The thing that I like, it's more than what we did last year, because last year was like 40% of the total teachers. This would include many, many more.
Yes, sir.
It's not gonna be 100% though,
No, sir.
right? But
No,
it's
sir.
more than what it was. Because some of these positions are gonna be duplicated, because you gotta have some people who 504 plus test coordinators. Well, I think, but
Right.
it's much better, in my opinion.
Right. And you could have someone who meets all four criteria.
We will.
But you will have some that only meet one criteria.
Yes.
So as it's written, it would just be one share. So everyone, whether they meet one or four, it would just be one share per person.
But I like this.
And I will say, I know I've gone to the State Department and asked for a little more flexibility on this. I know others in the district have as well. And this is their answer to merit pay. So the message back has been, it is what it is, and this is what it will be. So given that, I think we have taken this and tried to meet as many classroom teachers as we can under the guidance that we have.
Thank you. I like it.
So we bring this to you in form of a recommendation and ask for your approval if you so choose.
Today,
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
April 2nd is payday. I need a,
I would move that we would accept a recommendation of the superintendent business manager.
have a motion, have a second?
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposition? There is none. Thank you, Ms. Mickles.
Thank you.
Financial report, Ms. Mickles.
You have in your packet the financial report for the period ending January 31st, 2026. You'll notice in the first column, we're ending the period with a fund balance in the general fund of $35.7 million. This is around 108% of where we were at this time last year. District 1 M&O, we're ending the period with $26.3 million. We're at about 85% of where we were this time last year. This is where we expected to be based on the budget that has been adopted. As we move closer towards the end of March, that's when we'll start pulling numbers to see if we need to present a revised budget. Given the depth of information that is in our budget, I would say we will have a revised budget to present to you sometime early May. But I'm not expecting there to be a lot of fluctuation in that. As you can see, we're really moving along as was originally budgeted. And I will mention also, along the same lines of employee stipends, we have our highly effective stipend according to our teacher compensation plan. That goes to all teachers. It's a $100 stipend, goes to all teachers who are highly effective in the district. The way we do that is as soon as we have the list available, we process that payroll. So I was able to get the list last week. It will go out this week. And that's to all the highly effective. Of course, that's not just classroom teachers. That is all highly effective employees in the district, which could be some administrators or counselors as well.
Now, what is that, the $100 going to be used for various and sundry things, or what is?
It's a check paid directly to the employee.
Is it?
Right, it's part of their salary.
And it's from last year's evaluation with the state. Ms. Calhoun, I don't think she's in the room. She works very hard to finalize that. But that's how far the state is behind finalizing all that once they enter the score. So we're turning it around just as quickly as we can.
If it's $100 goes to the teachers, it's gonna go to supplies and materials and what have you. Always does.
Any questions, comments? Thank you, Ms. Mickles.
All right, thank you.
Sir? I didn't hear what he said. Okay. All right. Item number 7, consider approval of the cooperative endeavor agreement between the State of LA and Ouachita Parish School Board. Ms. Mickles.
I apologize, I thought I had a break in between.
It's all right.
You have in your packet an update on the cooperative endeavor agreements. These are line item appropriations that the legislature made in their session in 2025. As part of collecting these monies, we have to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement with the state of Louisiana. Part of that agreement, Mr. Como will sign as a representative of the board, and for that to happen, the board has to approve to receive these grants and give him authority to sign. There are three grants that we are asking to enter into a cooperative endeavor agreement. There's $150,000 for West Ouachita High School digital media, computers and equipment, and there's a longer narrative with each one that you can look over. The second is a $75,000 appropriation to West Monroe High School Band and Orchestra for instruments. And the third is $120,000 to West Monroe High School for renovation of varsity and freshman locker rooms, meeting rooms, and the weight room. So all of these will be spent prior to June 30th of the current year.
Them lockers at West Monroe High School, are they gonna be, bought or are they gonna be built?
We're looking at buying
Steve?
them, but I think they may have taken a different direction.
Yeah, they're looking at going a different route on that, so, the terminology doesn't limit them to doing a locker.
It says in here they were built, you know, that if it lasts 22 years, they were built well, I can tell you that, but, I just know we're gonna build them, or we're gonna have somebody else build them, or what?
Right, and
Sorry, they're
Go
looking
ahead.
at different options.
Okay.
Remember, this is money we didn't ask for. I mean, this is appropriated by the state, I think Senator Morris. So,
You did something similar last year, didn't you?
yes, sir.
this is about the 3rd year in a row.
But the reason I asked that, I wanna make sure they built out a good material, you know.
Yes, sir. I believe they had looked at purchasing some lockers. It was considerably more than the budget they were given. So they're looking at other options of how to renovate their space.
All right, we have a motion to approve this corporate endeavor agreement.
I so move that we approve this corporate endeavor agreement.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Thank you. Consideration, selection of architect for West Monroe High School greenhouse project. Did I just, oh, I'm sorry, number 8. I'm sorry, moving right along. Policy for consideration of EFAB, employee and student acceptable use policy for AI. Mr. Honeysucker?
Good afternoon, Board. The Policy Review Committee met on Thursday, February 26, to discuss this policy that you received in your packet and electronically. This is the first proposed renovation to our AI policy. I know Mr. Geis has mentioned this before, that this is a policy we proactively put in place, and it's one that everyone's going to be hearing about going forward, because with changes to AI as rapidly as it's moving, we want to make sure that we're, again, being proactive and staying ahead of these things. These recommendations were made to us by our AI task force, who are studying this and making recommendations as we go along. And basically what we've done here is it differentiates appropriate use of AI for students and staff. It also creates a verification clause that helps our teachers to verify work, making sure there's no academic dishonesty, or if it's an assignment where AI is not supposed to be used, then they can have a student demonstrate their understanding of that particular concept. And what we're doing as a policy review committee is we would ask that you approve the updates to this policy, and I will be glad to answer any questions you may have.
I just want to add to what Adam said. First of all, just want to thank our AI task force. Ms. Holly's in the room. She co-chairs that. I don't know if Ms. Rankin's here or not. I don't see her. They're doing a great job, and it's really cutting-edge work. I just left a regional superintendent's meeting at ULM, and they were asking for a copy of this. There are no less than 4 bills in the legislature that will be discussed in this session that are addressing AI and how it's used in schools, mostly with deep fakes. That is some of the things that we're trying to avoid in addition to the instructional integrity that AI could compromise. So they've done a lot of great work. I think they have another meeting tomorrow, right, Haley? They continue to work. And like we said, this is just going to be a very fluid policy as AI changes just as quick as we can try to stay up with it. So
The task force, what's the membership of the task force? Who all is involved in the task force?
it's a cross-section. Ms. Holly, you want to address that? I don't have that list of who's involved in the task force.
School representatives from elementary, middle, and high school level. That includes both teachers and administrators. We have some community members, and parents.
And students. Yeah.
And students? Okay, good.
Any other questions? Need a motion to approve the policy as presented?
I so move.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Motion carried.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you.
Now, number 9, consideration selection of architect for West Middle High School greenhouse project. I'd like to recommend TBA Architect to take on this task. If one of y'all would like to make the motion, Sherry, you can't, so.
I can't.
Mike,
I'll make that motion.
I second.
have a motion and a second. You know, I have a question about this? Okay, we've been looking for a piece of property to put this thing on, and it finally dawned on us, we have a piece of property right there behind the ag shop. It's only have concrete on it, so that's why we're moving forward at this time. So we won't have to buy any more land for a hothouse. So have a motion and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Motion carried. Item 10, consideration and selection of architect for West Middle High School roof replacement. Mr. Hemphill?
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Board. We'd like to make a suggestion that we use Architect Alliance on our roof replacement, and this will be for next year's budget. We're just trying to get an early start since there's a lot that's going on with that roof over there. We have done some repairs recently on the band area, so we'd go ahead and like to select Architect Alliance for this roof replacement for West Monroe High School.
That's the whole roof or just, excuse me,
We're doing just sections of it, like
per
the
year?
band's been taken care of, so we're gonna pick up the old gym, the cafeteria, and maybe the annex wing now since the band area and choir area has got a 10-year warranty with it now, so we won't be doing it, so. If someone would like to make that recommendation.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make that motion.
Second. Have a motion and a second. Architects Alliance for the item 10, architect for West Monroe High School roof. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Any opposition, no?
Stephen, does this track along with our roof replacement program that we're
Yes.
currently in?
Yes,
So it's
sir.
just part of that program?
Yeah, it's next year's budget though, Mr. Mann.
Yeah, it'd be for next year's budget.
There's
We'll
no
see.
opposition, motion carried. Thank you. Item 11 is consideration and selection of architect for Linwell Elementary bathroom renovation. Mr. Hicks?
Yes, TBA, I want them this, is the architect in this project, and I'll make a motion to do that.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Motion carried. Item 12, consideration and approval of cooperative endeavor agreement with Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Office. Jerry Peters.
Good afternoon, Board. Waylon McCormick asked me to bring this before you today. It's a cooperative endeavor agreement with Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Office. I'm asking the Board to consider entering into this endeavor agreement. We have several buses that are going offline due to being aged out. Normally, all these buses would go to a surplus sale. However, Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Office has requested 2 buses to use for training exercises that they'd like to conduct. So I'm asking the board to approve of a cooperative endeavor agreement, which we would donate 2 of those buses that are going offline to the Ouachita Parish Sheriff's Office so they can conduct those training exercises.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Any questions, comments? A motion and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes. Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Thank you, Jerry. Item 13, Mr. Hill, Construction Renovation Projects Report.
Yeah, you look in your handout, you'll see an update on all our projects. I think we got something going on in every district of our parish. We got Sterling area with Sterling High School, that project's going very well. I think Dabo's got 3 or 4. You got Lakeshore renovations just started. We'll be moving on to East Ouachita and Schwartz Upper with window replacements. And then we're having a bi-weekly meeting for Reverend McCoy and his new elementary school on the south side of Monroe. And there's a lot of people involved with that, so that's going great. And
You
then
mean
we
with
got
Richmond
West
Elementary
Ouachita, sir?
I say, you mean with the Richwood Elementary School?
I didn't say a
I'm
name.
just kidding.
I didn't say a name. I'll let you say that. And then we got the Limo cafeteria, and then riser, locker room, and bathroom going on. And then we have West Ouachita Stadium and all that good work that's going on out there. So weather's been good this time of year, so
Thank you.
it could change in the blink of an eye, but I think everything's going well. If I have any questions, I'd be glad to answer anything that you may have. Meeting's been going well, monthly meetings are going well, so doing good.
Any questions, comments?
Thank you, board.
I do want to make just one comment. Again, thank Stephen, because he said we do have projects probably going on all over the district like never before, and that man is on the go. So I appreciate you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
I just want to say this. Last night, I was kind of thinking about how good God has been to this district. I think about there are a lot of school districts would love to be able to say, we got a project going on in every district. And the people in our district have been more than generous to us. And I just, want to share that with y'all because I thought about that this morning. Very few districts can say that.
Thank you. Mr. Peters, evaluation of bids.
All right, under evaluation of bids, we have bid 14-26, that's the Jack Hayes canopy. Funding source being East Side Bond, a budget of $900,000. I'm requesting the board approve bid 14-26 to the lowest responsive bidder, Ryan Watson Construction, in the amount of $505,000.
You want a motion for that?
Yes, sir.
That's so moved.
A motion to approve the lowest bid for the Jack Hayes canopy, $505,000.
I make a motion to accept the bid.
Second.
And a second.
I'd
All
like
in
to say
favor,
it come
yes.
in way under the budget.
I think I made the motion. I made the motion.
Okay, good.
All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Motion carried.
All right, up next, we have bid 19-26, that's the West Ouachita High School roof replacement. Budget was $675,000, funding source being M&O. And I'm requesting the board approve bid 19-26 to the lowest responsive bidder, Grizzly Roofing, in the amount of $418,475.
That's a good one, too.
Motion to approve this
I'll make the motion.
and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Motion carried.
All right, bid 20-26, it's the Caroli Elementary roof replacement. Funding source being M&O and a budget of $375,000. I'm requesting the board approve this bid to the lowest responsive bidder, Barron Services, in the amount of $316,982.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion
Second.
and need a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none.
All right, bid 32-26, that's the sensory playground surfacing. We set a budget of $320,000. I'm requesting the board to approve that bid to the lowest responsive bidder, Ideal Construction, in the amount of $318,000 and $318,060.
Have a motion to approve
I'll make that motion.
Second.
and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Any opposition, no? And there is none.
So last, we have, under evaluation of bids, RFQ 33-26. That's the architect engineer of record for all the damage related to Winter Storm Fern. Our RFQ committee met to score the RFQ submittals from the two architecture engineering firms that submitted a proposal, a quote. You'll see the rubric that we used to score that. I'm recommending the board approve the highest scoring firm, TBA, for the disaster-related architecture and engineering services related to Winter Storm Fern. Just as a little bit of a backstory here, typically, you know, we don't have a requirement to put that out for an RFQ when it comes to selecting an architect or an engineer of record. But since with Winter Storm Fern, we're going to be seeking FEMA reimbursements for a lot of the projects that's going to need to be completed, that necessitated that we put this selection out for a competitive process.
We need a motion to approve TBA for the architect of record.
I so move. Second.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Any opposition? There's none. Ms. May is abstaining.
All right, under permission to bid,
Yes, sir.
we'd like to do all these all at once.
It would be wonderful.
All right. Bid 35-26, that's West Monroe High School's Riggs Street parking lot. Funding source being West Ouachita sales tax, and we've set a budget of $1,100,000 for that. Bid 36-26, Linwell Elementary bathroom renovations, set a budget of $395,000, funding source being West Ouachita sales tax. Bid 37-26, that's West Ouachita High School's media room furnishings. We set a budget of $140,000. The funding source being the Louisiana Department of Treasury. That's those grants that Ms. Meekus mentioned earlier. Bid 38-26, that's the band instrument bid. We set a budget of $75,000, and funding source being Louisiana Department of Treasury, those grants.
Need a motion to grant permission to bid on these four items.
I'll make that motion.
And I need a second.
Second.
All in favor, yes?
Yes.
Any opposition, no? There's none.
Jared, I would like to compliment you on the way you handle this bid process and permission to bid, evaluation to bid. It's all real self-explanatory, and we can look at it and understand exactly what's going on, so great job, I appreciate
I
that.
appreciate that, thank you.
Best thing, we had four in a row there under budget, huh?
Yeah.
There you go.
We'll keep that in our prayer list.
I hear you. All righty, guys, we got a little trip to Baton Rouge at the end of the month for our in-service, and then we need to have a meeting on April 14th. Mr. Geis?
Yeah, just a couple things, Board. Probably don't need to remind you, the regular session of the Louisiana Legislature opened yesterday. I think they had over nearly 1,400 pre-filed bills. Of course, a lot of those deal with education. Adam is very heavily involved in that, working with LSBA and Louisiana Superintendent Association as well as we navigate that session. There are really not as many controversial bills as I thought it was going to be. Of course, the legislature certainly can change that at any time through amendments, so we'll continue to follow that very, very closely and update you as we go through. We did have a meeting with the Northeast Louisiana delegation a couple weeks ago. We're really do get to spend a lot of time with them, and we appreciate them sitting down with us and talking it through some of our concerns and challenges that really Region 8. It's just not Ouachita Parish. So it's hard to believe it's March, and I know Jason has really felt it as he gets into staffing and hiring. ULM's job fair is today, so we're on that circuit, and we'll be visiting ULM. That's an important fair for us. A lot of our new teachers come from ULM, so we'll certainly be there and working that this afternoon. So I don't think I need to remind you, spring break's coming up in a couple weeks. I know our folks are looking forward to that, quickly followed by Easter. So we'll be in testing season long and be winding this thing down. So it's hard to believe, but appreciate all you do. Thank you, Mr. Como.
Mr. Como, before you quit, I'd like to say something. Y'all always get scared when I say something, don't you? What is he gonna say now? Good Hope Middle School just come in second in the state on an underwater robotics. Okay, congratulations to Good Hope. They're going to Maryland, the Ouachita Parish, and they're doing a good job out there. So congratulations, Good Hope. Y'all doing real good.
Didn't West Ridge come in first?
Yes.
Did it? Richwood first and Good Hope second?
I think West Ridge was on TV last night, wasn't it?
Was
Were
it?
they on TV,
I don't
West
know.
Ridge?
I didn't see that.
Good Hope was on TV last night.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Debo. That's
Yeah. Congratulations.
kind of my two schools.
Yeah,
Appreciate
they're
that.
doing good.
Yeah, they are. Have a motion to adjourn.
Make it